Hey guys, it's Nicole and I am here to talk to you guys about our roommate situation. So as of right now, we don't have any roommates or anything like that, but I have talked about us getting a new roommate, and at first it was going to be my twin sister Maggie, which a lot of you guys know about Maggie and have seen lots of videos with her in it. And the original plan was to have Maggie move in with us when we got in our own place. And this was the plan from the beginning. Like, before we even moved to Oregon, Maggie was supposed to come with us to Oregon, but with us getting kicked out of my mom's house and all that, then it just didn't work out like that. So we weren't able to take Maggie with us. And plus, Maggie, for those of you guys that don't know, is on felony probation, and she just got put on felony probation before we moved to Oregon. And we moved to Oregon about 8 months ago. So she had just barely been put on probation right before we moved to Oregon, and the screwed up part about that is that she had just gotten off probation before she got put back on probation. And like, how she got off probation the first time was she topped out her time, where she had her amount of probation time that she was supposed to do, and instead of like complying to like the terms of probation and all that, she just went to jail and served her time pretty much. And so then she got off of probation, and this was just like a misdemeanor probation that she was on. But then afterwards she got wrapped up in some bad people and took the heat for one of her ex-girlfriends, and she ended up being on felony probation. And I don't really remember like the details of what happened and all that, because there's just been so many different situations where Maggie has gotten in trouble, so like I can't really keep track of all the different, you know, things that she's gotten in trouble for. So yeah, it did have something to do with meth. I know that, like, practically all of her charges have to do with possession of paraphernalia or intent to sell, because that's what her issue is she is a great person, you know, she's an amazing person, but she wraps herself around all these bad people that are in, like, the dope life, and she just can't let go of them, because in their eyes, she is big, bad Maggie, and, you know, she sells all these drugs and well, she sells meth, and, you know, she does it well. So she has a hard time letting go of that life, even though, you know, she knows that if she would just stop, then we would get her here to Oregon and we would help her, you know, with staying on the right track. And I've never been away from Maggie for this long. And me and Maggie have always been, you know, we're twins. Like, we have always been like partners in crime, you know? And so when we were in Idaho, it was easier for me to kind of help her and to take her away from bad people, because Sean and I were there to, you know, bring her into our group and, you know, embrace her and show her, you know, how to have sober fun. And as soon as we moved away, she just went off the deep end and lost it. So she's looking at prison time. They told her that if she screws up one more time, then she's going to prison. And after that, then she kept going back to jail. Like, I have this one girl on my Facebook who I used to hang out with, and she constantly is like looking at the jail roster, and she anytime Maggie ends up in jail, she like is like right there, like, hey, just so you know, Maggie's in jail. So since we've been in Oregon, that's probably happened like 3 or 4 times where Maggie's ended up in jail. Her probation officer is not going to allow her to move to Oregon until she can prove that, you know, she is not gonna keep selling drugs and not gonna keep breaking the law. So that's pretty much what's going on with Maggie. Like, also in the plan, and I've never mentioned this to you guys because it was kind of like down the road, but we had always planned on bringing our friends Zack, Cody, and Kendra to Oregon with us. Like, that was the plan, was for all of us to make it to Oregon. And with us getting kicked out, it kind of happened like really fast for us. Like, we kind of were forced to kind of like take the steps to get us out of Idaho because we didn't have anywhere else to go. So it just worked out like that. But the original plan was for our, you know, like group to come to Oregon and start a life in Oregon. And Cody, I don't know if you guys remember Kendra and Cody, but they were a couple back in the day, and now they're split up and like everyone's kind of living their own separate lives. But so Cody, he has a really good job in Idaho, so he is probably not going to end up in Oregon. But Kendra, you know, she's the one that has baby Hayden, and she's been trying to get herself in Oregon, but she just got a job at Denny's in Idaho, and so she is like kind of like trying to get herself set up so that she can make it to Oregon as well. But her dad lives in the town that's like 15 minutes away from us, so that would be pretty nice for her to move to Oregon. We also have Zack, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned too much of you guys. There was one girl that left a comment who was saying that like when we got kicked out, like, because like it blew my mind how like how you guys reacted to me saying that we were gonna have Zack move in, and the fact that he was gonna be across from Aaliyah's room. Like, it like I totally get it. Like, I totally get where you guys are coming from, but like, if any of you guys knew Zack like we do, like, he is not just some stranger, like, he's not just some friend, you know, that we picked up on the side of the road. Like, him and Sean are lifelong friends. They were roommates, you know, when Sean and I first met. So he's known Aaliyah, he's known me since Sean's been around, you know, and Zack is just a really good guy. Like, he is Aaliyah's uncle. Like, Aaliyah knows him, she loves him, like, she still to this day asks, you know, about Zack. And I know that there are situations that, you know, have ended badly because of, you know, older males and younger females. Like, I totally get where you guys are coming from, and I don't want you to think that like I'm oblivious to that, because I don't think I've ever mentioned to you guys, but I've been a victim of sexual abuse. Like, I just don't want you guys to think that like I don't think about that, because I've been through it before, you know, and I would never ever in a million years bring someone into my house that I didn't trust completely. Just have faith in me. Like, have faith that I know the people I'm bringing into my house. I would never bring someone that I even had a slight clue of, you know, or a slight suspicion of being a weirdo. You know, the fact that he's gonna be right across from Aaliyah, like, I can understand, like, where that's, like, concerning, but I can tell you right now, the only problem we're gonna have with Zack being across the room from Aaliyah is trying to keep Aaliyah away from Zack, because Aaliyah is going to constantly be trying to get into his room and be spending time with him and all that fun stuff. So the reason why Zack is moving in is not necessarily because we need help with money, which now that we're in this situation, we definitely realize is going to help a lot. If Zack gets up here, you know, when he gets up here, it's definitely going to help out with rent and expenses and stuff like that. The reason why he's moving here with us is because it was the plan, you know, since the beginning for all of us to make it to Oregon. All of us wanted to get out of Idaho. And Sean and I were the only ones that did. So, yeah, that's kind of like our plan, is like we're getting like our group up here, and eventually Kendra will come up, and she probably won't live with us. She'll probably like be somewhere closer to her dad or something, but you know, the plan is to get like our friends, that like our close friends, the people that we spent all our time with, and the people that, you know, we miss and love, and you know, the young people that want to start a new life just like we did. So that's the plan, and I'm sorry if like a lot of you guys don't agree with what we're doing, you know, but Zack is like a very good friend, and I would have done the same thing for Maggie. I would have done the same thing for Kendra or Cody. I think it'll be fine because he's kind of helping us too, you know, and with a third person, then that's gonna help out with like watching Aaliyah when we're all at work. And Sean wants to find a job closer to the area, so if him and Sean could find a job closer to the area, then I would be the only one that needed to drive 15 minutes to work. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, but let me know if you guys have any more questions, because I feel like I'm missing or leaving kind of gaps in there. So if you guys have any more questions or concerns, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments. I definitely want to communicate with you guys and, you know, address your concerns, even though I'm definitely not trying to like make life decisions based off of like what my viewers say. Like, I still definitely appreciate your guys' concern, your advice. Like, I do take advice from you guys. I have to pick and choose what I, you know, take, but I definitely do appreciate your guys' concern, and I hope that, you know, you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from, or some of you can maybe relate, you know, or have done something like this and can maybe give me like your, like, what happened in your experience with this situation. But I don't know, like, this is all still new to us, and this was the plan, so now we're taking the steps to do our plan. But yeah, I think my camera's gonna run out of space or something. It's been doing that. But yeah, definitely leave your questions or your comments or anything like that in the comments below, and I look forward to talking to you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.